Hi students, in the previous videos we have seen what is electrolysis and also example of electrolysis, that is molten lead bromide, and also we have seen what is selective discharge. Now continuing with that, we will see the second example of electrolysis in this video, so keep watching. Electrolysis is the process of decomposition of a chemical substance in the molten or aqueous state by the passage of electric current. That's what we already learnt. Now, the electrolysis of this water is carried out in a special device called Hofmann's voltammeter. Please learn the name, it is important. Hofmann's voltammeter, because the name of the scientist who devised this apparatus. See, it is very easy to devise this apparatus. We can improvise one, but still it will be called Hofmann's voltammeter. It will not be called by our name because he was the one who first discovered this or first devised this apparatus. Okay, so it is used for the electrolysis of acidified water. Now we need to understand that the electrolyte used here is acidified water, which is otherwise called acidulated water. It is also known as dilute sulfuric acid. So this experiment can be called as electrolysis of dilute sulfuric acid or electrolysis of acidified water or electrolysis of acidulated water. Now acidified means converted to acid by the addition of acid. Acidulated means acid being added. Okay. Now when you add sulfuric acid to water, what you get is dilute sulfuric acid. That's why it is also known as electrolysis of dilute sulfuric acid. Now the reason for the whole thing is because pure water is a non-electrolyte. Pure water has unionized molecule. It will ionize only when some other ion is present there. So we need to acidify water before we start electrolyzing so that it will produce ions. Okay. Now sulfuric acid is preferred for acidifying water, or to produce ions in water, or to favor the ionization of water, we add sulfuric acid. In fact, you can add any substance, any ionic compound can be added. But the thing is, we prefer sulfuric acid because sulfuric acid does not interfere with the electrochemical reaction. It only helps the ionization of water and it does not interfere with the remaining reaction. So in other words, sulfuric acid helps us to start the reaction by helping water to ionize. It does not do anything else there. In other words, it does not get discharged there. So the water is ionized with the help of sulfuric acid here. Okay. The why sulfuric acid we don't use as because it does not interfere. Now the electrodes used for this process is the platinum metal, which is a passive electrode, which is inactive, or a noble metal, platinum, in both anode and cathode, because the products are highly reactive. So to prevent that, we use platinum in this case, right? And also it is acidulated, so other metals may react. So these are the reasons why platinum is used. Now the reactions at anode. What happens to the reaction at the anode? That's what we are going to see. Sulfuric acid first of all splits to give hydrogen ion and sulfate ion. Water splits to give hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Now at anode we have both ions coming here, the OH minus hydroxyl ion, and also we have the sulfate ion. Both ions are coming here. Now the sulfate ion here, as we have seen, it is very high in the position in the electrochemical series, so it does not get discharged. So it is called a spectator ion. Spectator ion is an ion which goes to the electrode but does not get discharged. Okay, it comes to the anode but does not get discharged. Now hydroxyl ion is the lowest in position among the anions. Okay, so when both sulfate ions and hydroxyl ions are present, it is preferentially the hydroxyl ion which is getting discharged. So hydroxyl ion is an anion which has an excess electron, so it gives out its electron forming neutral hydroxyl group. OH group is formed and a free electron is produced. Now since the substance is losing electron, it is called oxidation. And OH is an unstable species, so it combines 4 of the OH groups combine to give 2 molecules of water and 1 molecule of oxygen. So we find 1 molecule of oxygen here. Okay, right? Then 1 volume of oxygen we can say is produced at the anode, a colorless, odorless gas. Now at the cathode we have the hydrogen ions coming here, and we find there the electron being added to the hydrogen ion. Why? Cathode has excess of electron. Okay, excess of electron. So the cathode gives 1 electron to hydrogen ion. It takes the ion. In other words, electron is added to hydrogen. So addition of electron or gain of electron takes place, which is called reduction. A neutral hydrogen atom is formed. It is unstable, so 4 of the hydrogen atoms combine to give 2 H2. Okay, now why we take 4 of this hydrogen instead of taking 2 and all that we will understand if you just go back to the principle of electrolysis. The number of electrons lost by anode, number of electrons lost by cathode is equal to number of electrons gained by anode. We see here the 4 OH is required to form 1 molecule of oxygen. So this has to be 4 OH minus, so 4 OH and 4 electrons. You understood? So similarly, here since there is the reaction at the anode, we find that the electron transferred is 4. In other words, the anion is giving 4 electrons. It is losing 4 electrons. The cathode will gain 4 electrons. So 4 and 4 electrons and 4 hydrogen. So we had 4. I think it is clear now. So number of electrons lost by cathode is equal to number of electrons gained by anode. Now 2 molecules of hydrogen. So 2 volumes of hydrogen we can say, 2 volumes of hydrogen. In other words, the ratio of the products is hydrogen is to oxygen is equal to 2 is to 1. In other words, 2 volumes of hydrogen and 1 volume of oxygen is produced. Okay. Now the role of sulfuric acid in this reaction. Sulfuric acid acts as a catalyst in the electrolysis of acidified water. Explain. How do you explain? Because sulfuric acid, what does it do? Sulfuric acid helps the ionization of water. Helps the ionization of water. But it does not take part in the reaction. Okay. How do we know that? See, we can check the reaction in the previous page that we have seen. See, there are 4 OH minus ions required. That means there has to be 4 OH here and 4 H plus, that means 4 H2O. So 4 H plus and 4 OH minus used. 4 OH minus used here and 4 H plus used here. That means this H plus is not used from sulfuric acid and sulfate ions not used. That means sulfuric acid is not taking part in the reaction. Therefore, it is known as a catalytic reaction, or the role of sulfuric acid is just the function of the catalyst. Okay. Then the next thing to understand is electrolysis of water, acidified water, is known as catalysis or a catalytic reaction, because the reaction, what is the reason? The reaction does not take place without the addition of sulfuric acid. Yes. Yet H2SO4 does not take part in the reaction. Yes. Or H2SO4 remains unchanged at the end of the reaction. Okay, now this is the reason why it is called a catalytic reaction. And why are the gases not collected initially and allowed to escape? Now to understand this, we need to go to the diagram. Okay, so how we will see this? See, the Hofmann's voltmeter is here. This is Hofmann's voltmeter. Now see, the anode and cathode both are platinum. Platinum is here. It is connected to a circuit. Current is given. So you see the water being filled, H2O plus H2O, so mixed, and it is being supplied here. Now you find there the oxygen gas is produced, it is more, and hydrogen is less. Now the volume, this is almost double the volume of oxygen collected. See, the oxygen only this much is collected. Now the hydrogen collected is here. So it is double. Now if you want to get the correct ratio, what you have to do is, initially you should open the knob and allow the gases to escape for some time. Then you can close the knob together and then you will be able to measure correctly. Otherwise the measurement will not be correct. Why? Because the gases dissolve in water. Hydrogen is very slightly soluble, but oxygen is little more soluble. So the ratio will not be correct because oxygen gets dissolved in water. Okay, to prevent this. Okay. The reason is, since the solubility of oxygen and hydrogen in water is not the same. Yes, not the same. Initially, saturation is allowed. Saturation is allowed by keeping the knob open. The knob open. Okay. You keep the knob open. What happens? The gases escape. No. So it will this water is saturated by oxygen and this one is saturated by hydrogen. So once it is saturated, no more gases will dissolve. So then you can take the measurement. So initially measurement is not taken. Okay. Knob open. Now the volume of gases is measured once water gets saturated with hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, that is the reason why it is not collected initially. Yes, so students, I think you understood this, the electrolysis of acidified water. So you can watch the video again and subscribe the channel, because my next video is on the third example of electrolysis, that is the electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate. Thank you.